Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today, your eyes are not deceiving you. We are looking at Yeah Buddy's Toyota Tundra. Now, as cool as it is to have this truck in-game, first off, I want to go ahead and thank Yeah Buddy himself for allowing me to take this thing for a rip and allowing me to show it to you guys and share it with you guys. And if you want to follow along with the development process of this truck and all of Yeah Buddy's other trucks, make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well as his Discord, which will both be linked in the description box down below. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to ask why we have not already created a replica of my real life Toyota Tundra. And honestly, that's something I may do in this video, but I wanted to go through all of the different customization aspects of this truck. I wanted to go through the wheels because the wheels are incredible. Like the wheel selection, absolutely off the charts. There's a lot of wheels on this truck that you guys have probably never gotten to see before on anything else. So that in itself is incredibly cool, but customization options aside, the way this truck drives is also absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be walking you guys through a couple of the suspension setups and a couple of the different tire setups, but we're also going to be doing some light trail riding as well as a run out to the racetrack to sort of test a variety of the driving dynamics that this truck offers. So let's go ahead and fire it up. It sounds really, really good. Like, it genuinely sounds good. It actually sounds surprisingly close to the way my actual 5.7 does in my truck. So let's go ahead and start with the engine. Now, there are three different levels to the engine power. You have the stock engine, then you move up to a 750 horsepower engine, and then you move up to a 1200 horsepower engine. Also, I would direct your eyes right now just to the left of the Toyota logo in the middle of the grille, because there you'll see a turbo. This thing has, actually, it's funny, if you look in from the fender, you can actually see it's pretty freaking massive, and the fact that it's just sitting right there, and I almost missed it, and then I looked right to the side of the Toyota logo in the grille, and I was like, oh my god, there is a massive turbo in there. So I think for the first stage of this, we're going to go with the 750 tune, and then maybe towards the end of the video, we'll grab the 1200 tune and absolutely go, you know, completely insane with it. Now, let's start with the, oh man, do the YB transmission or the off-road transmission? Let's do the YB transmission, because that should be a pretty good all-round transmission to use on the trails or on the racetrack. Now, I could be wrong on that, but the fact that he specifically labeled that one definitely kind of makes me think. So here is your tremendous variety of suspensions. You have stock, you have Lift 1, which is kind of a little bit more of a trophy style, pre-runner style, not necessarily trophy style, but pre-runner style, desert style, and I know it sits a little bit lower in the back, but the reason why it sits a little bit lower in the back is so that it actually is able to absorb the landings off of jumps a little bit better. Now you have Lift 2, which is probably a little bit more, it's a little bit more track focused still, and again, I know it sits a little bit lower in the back on this one too, but that's also due to wanting it to perform better on jump landings. Now, Max Flex is definitely one that I want to check out. There's also just straight up lifted, which is massive. There's also Flex Smooth, and then Tow, as well as Active Tow. So this thing does have the option to run gooseneck trailers if you would like to, but what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be focusing on the off-road dynamics of this truck, and then moving into the realm of trailer towing maybe a little bit later on in the future. So I'm thinking I do want to check out, Max Flex, because I want to take that outside and just see what it's actually like. So let's see. Now, is it active? No, but we've got a flex ramp right here, and I want to see just how well it actually flexes, and I'm actually going to back up to it this time. Normally, I would approach from the front, but I think this time I'm going to approach from the back. So let's see. Bro, come on. Thank you. All right, let's back you up to the flex ramp. Bro, oh my god. Holy crap, that's a lot of flex. I mean, that is a ton of flex. That's amazing. Okay, I'll definitely be using that one if I head out to the trails a little bit later. So now, we're going to go back in here and we're going to switch that back out to, I'm thinking we'll start with Lift 2. And, well, now I go back and forth because a Flex Smooth is also really fun. Oh my god, I'm going back and forth now. Now I can't pick. Okay, let me set it back to stock for just a second. And then winch-wise, obviously, you have the standard winch. That's really, there's nothing really, you know, crazy in the winch category. Snorkel, I definitely want to throw one on there because it really does intertwine with the body lines of the truck very nicely. Then frame add-ons, you have a couple different gooseneck hitches, and you also have a bed rack, which is basically a overland rack. So that's going to come with your gear, your 5,000 repair parts, your 20 spare wheels, your extra, 1,321 gallons of fuel. You'll be fine. Go out for like 6 months on an overland trip. You'll be all good. Add-on 1, you got the Scout trailer hitch, and you got actually a couple different options for that, which you can use. I'm not going to be using them on this one, but you can use them if you would like. Now, front bumpers-wise, this is where it gets really interesting because you have a standard assortment of bumpers, but you also have weighted versions of each one, so no matter which one you like the look of, you can tow with pretty much every single one of these. Or you could also use them to level the truck out if that's something that you would like to do. Now, I think for this setup, I'm going to go with this one because I really like how it's a little bit of a mixture of a pre-runner style bumper, but it's also got that integrated light bar. I really like the way it looks, actually. Now, rear bumper, I'm going to go with the custom rear bumper as well. The sunroof cover is also something that you can put in there if you want to. That's one of those personal taste upgrades. And this is a really, really cool part of it. And actually, it matches the wheels really well because you have the standard headlights, but you also have... Something went wrong. So it's not that anything actually went wrong, it's just that the menu seems to be being weird right now. The red headlights still show up when you select them, and they match the bead lock rings on these wheels really, really well. But for whatever reason, and it doesn't really do it if I switch quickly, but for whatever reason, it seems to be like when I switch from one to the other, it displays the headlights incorrectly, but once you select them, it's fine. I'm sure it's something that the game is doing in terms of a glitch, but light bar-wise, we have the light bar up top, which is basically a whole row of Baja-style lights, and then down below, you have your light pods that you can actually put on both the right and left sides of your hood. I'm going to do all of those, actually. And I kind of want to go back to this standard color, too, because I think it looks sick. Oh, my God, though, that dark red. That kind of, like, almost maroon dark red. I like the bright red, too, but that, oh, my God. All of these colors look so good. And that's my problem, is, like, I can't pick because they all look so freaking good. Now, I'm going to go back through here real quick and show you guys the tire selection because it's immense. You have these 35-inch custom tires, and by the way, they go through 35 to 41, and the tire range is the custom tires, Rockzillas, Mickey Thompsons, BFG, like basically KM3s, you have Baja KRs, you have Baja Claws, you have KO2s, you have these, which are, they look to be modeled after kind of a Nitto Ridge Grappler, then you have these, which are another Baja style tire. I don't know what these are, and these are also another BFG, basically look like another version of the BFG KM3, and then the list repeats. So currently, we have these Ridge Grapplers on the truck, and I'm going to go through some of the wheels, because there's also a gigantic selection of those too. Now, I could spend absolutely forever in here going through all of these wheel choices, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that would be doing that, but I'm going to select one of my favorite designs, personally, and we're going to go ahead and... Oh, these fuels look amazing, though. They really do. Oh my gosh, I'm going back and forth between a couple of different choices. I like these as well. Oh my gosh, I like all of these. I actually, you know what? I dig the dark red. Now, I think we're going to leave it on this particular setup right now. We'll take it for a little bit of an overland run, and then we'll come back, we'll swap out the setup, and then we'll head to the track. Now, let me actually, before I head out, I kind of want to go for lift 2. And now that I'm on lift 2, should I bring that bumper down just a little bit? Just a tiny bit. If I bring it down a little, I mean, I don't think so. I think it'll be okay. Oh my God, this thing is wild. Oh, when you turn the lights on. All right, real quick. Holy crap. Oh, wow. The way this thing lights up the night is absolutely incredible. And just the quality of the lighting, too. Let me fire it up. And then the rest of the running lights come on as well. And every single LED is like, oh, in the taillights too. Every single LED is like all there. That is absolutely tremendous and absolutely incredible in every possible way. Now, I do want to see what this thing is like on some trails, like I said before we take it to the track. And this Yeah Buddy Tune transmission runs incredibly well, by the way. And instead of recovering to the garage, I think what we might do is we might just drive over towards the track when we're done on the trails, and we'll use the DevTools menu to swap out the suspensions. Now, wait, did I say suspensions? I meant engines. I don't know why I said suspensions. I meant engines. Now, let's see. This trail is always a really good way to give it a test, but what we'll do is we'll just kind of, we'll sort of quote-unquote speed run the first part of this trail, and then we'll get into some of the gnarlier obstacles a little bit later, and when we do that, it might actually make more sense to recover back to the garage and then drive to the racetrack, but dude, it doesn't even care when you launch it into the air. It literally soaks up every single landing, every single bump. It's not getting any damage from just, like, bouncing over those rocks. I mean, this suspension is so well-tuned and so well-damped that you never even have to worry about the stuff you're driving over. It's genuinely incredible. And you can, like, rip down stuff like this without basically any care in the world. All right, let's ease it down this. Now, this is going to get into a little bit more of a tricky environment, and I want to see how it responds to a setup like this. All right, everything's always on, so... Dude, look at that interior. That is absolutely wild. Okay, I hadn't gone into the interior yet, and that is freaking amazing. Easy. I know it high-centered itself a little bit there, but, I mean, that's completely down to the line that I took, and no fault of the truck whatsoever. Now, I'm gonna make my way up this other side, and I want to do this one rock hill. There's one hill that I want to hit in this thing, and then after that, we're gonna take it out to the racetrack, because I feel like it's really gonna shine. I mean, it's gonna shine in both places, but I feel like it's really, really gonna shine out on the racetrack. Now, let's see. We could do that rock hill, but it's the one down here that I'm especially curious about. Maybe not this one, but there's one a little bit further down this trail, and I know because it's always a hill that does a great job of illustrating the strengths and weaknesses of really every vehicle you bring to it, and that's why I always love bringing new vehicles here. Oh yeah, okay. It's down at the bottom of this hill. Yep, there it is. Now, there are basically two main lines up this hill. There's a simple line and a really tricky technical line. And I wouldn't say even technical. I would say it's more just a line where you just have to lean on the vehicle's capabilities. But normally I would go up to the left there, but I think I'm going to just try going straight and see how it responds to that. Find the grip on the front end. Oh my god, it didn't even care. It's like, yep, we're fine. We're good. We're A-okay. And it really, truly just, like, eased its way right up that hill. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to the garage now, because that told me just about everything I need to know in terms of trail riding with this thing. And now I want to actually figure out what happened to my rear bumper. So let me actually go back to, I guess I'm on the custom one. Yep, I guess I'm on the custom one. All right, so let's see. It might be a delete. Either way, I'm going to now switch up the suspension setup. It's going to be lift 1, and I'm going to go for the 1200 horsepower engine. This is going to be gnarly, and I'm going to switch it out to some 39-inch tires. So I think it's going to be a 39-inch, I'm thinking 39-inch Baja KR, and let's go bumper-wise. We're going to go with a full-on pre-runner style setup, and I'm thinking from there, we've got the KMC L1s on there right now. Method 106 race. Oh my god, I love the Method 106. It's such a gorgeous wheel. I think I'm going to do that in the gold. And then this time, we're going to run the truck itself in red. And we're going to take the rack off. So let me find where the rack is. Right back there. Now that we've got the rack off, it's time to head to the racetrack. Now, I don't know how this is going to do with some slightly smaller tires, but I feel like it should still, like, absolutely rip around the track. Holy smokes, that 1200 horsepower engine really turns it up a notch. I mean, you gotta figure it will, but at the same time, I mean, I didn't expect it to be that much faster than it was with the 750 horsepower engine. That is a world of difference. Oh my god, you put it in high and it just goes. Let me make my way around this corner, but it's still so controllable. And that really is a highlight of all of Yeah Buddy's trucks in general, is the fact that they are all so incredibly controllable. I mean, his F-150 is the same way. It really does such an incredible job of making you feel like no matter how fast you're going, you're always in control of whatever the truck is doing. You really are always in control of whatever it's doing no matter what. And even going down this access trail, man, this thing rips. It absolutely rips. All right, here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, no. It wasn't gonna be a run with TC if there wasn't a ninja winch moment, was there? Holy crap. Now, obviously, I know we didn't get the chance to show all of the suspension options, and I really do want to, but that's going to be something that we'll do in a future video. So let's actually see. I wonder if I can hit a donut with it in this, well, I'm going to have to go flat. Nope, nope. Wow, dude, it's way too hooked up to do that, which is really impressive, actually, when you think about it. All right, let's get a lap of the track. I'll back it up real quick. All right, let's see what this thing can do in, oh God, 3, 2, 1, full send. Up and over. God, it really is so incredibly controllable. Keep it out of the wall. Oh no, that was my fault. 100% my fault on that one. I thought I could go for a little bit of speed out of that, or a little bit more speed than I had. Yeah, no, didn't work. All right, easy does it. Let me see if I can just modulate it in high and avoid having any issues. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. High is like super controllable though. I mean, it is so satisfying to drive. There you go. Roll back into it. The power does come on pretty heavily if you just like floor it in high, but I mean, you kind of got to expect that it's going to do that. Yo! It's so smooth. That's a bit of an overjump, but even then, when I overjumped it straight to flat pretty much, it was still incredibly smooth. This thing really is just about as all-purpose as it gets when it comes to trail riding, racing, rock crawling, Baja stuff. It pretty much does it all. Overlanding as well with that full-on like rack setup. Oh, I messed that up. Messed that up big time. And for the first time, got some suspension damage into it. Man, I must have really messed it up to take on suspension damage, but the handling, though, the handling is what really gets me, because the handling, it feels like it's from another planet. And in some ways, it feels like it's from another game, because look at how smoothly it transitions between these bermed corners. Oh, there we go. Whoa, 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 whoa! Way too much sauce. I don't know how I even went into that with that much sauce, but okay, I guess that's what we're doing now. But across the line and driving on right out of it. Dude, absolutely just insane. Absolutely on a totally different planet. Now, if you guys enjoyed this look at Yeah Buddy's Toyota Tundra, make sure to let me know any thoughts and opinions you might have in the comment section down below. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on. And also, we will definitely be doing a replica build of my truck here pretty soon. So once again, thank you all so much for stopping by, and I will see y'all next time.